I am going to admit something that might sound cheap. There are five completely normal things most people buy without thinking twice. Until I built a short list of things that I just stopped buying. If you watched my last video, you know your paycheck should be split in 65% to live on, 15% to protect you, 20% to grow your future. But here's the problem. That 65% only stitches if you're not quietly leaking it on stuff that isn't worth it. Once you add up what this stuff costs you over a year, the math stops making sense. Number 1. Music subscriptions. I know this one's going to get some pushback, especially from music lovers, but paying for something like Spotify Premium just isn't worth it to me, and I don't mind the occasional ad interrupting a song. Here's the thing nobody talks about. We make hundreds of decisions every single day, and you know decision fatigue is real. There's something kind of nice about not having unlimited choice. When you're not endlessly scrolling through every song ever made, deciding what to skip, what to cue next, you just let it play. One less decision your brain has to make today. Is it the same experience as a fully ad-free on-demand library? No, but for the $10 or so a month it saves me, I'm fine with a couple of ads between songs. So let's move on to the number 2. Fast fashion. I used to treat places like Forever 21 and H&M as a hobby. Pausing for fun, no real reason to buy. Two things changed that for me. The first was working at McDonald's right next to Universal Studios. Yes, the Universal Studios that everyone knows about. When you're serving thousands of tourists a day, you see overconsumption up close in a way that's hard to unsee. The sheer volume of stuff people buy on impulse, use once, and toss it off. It made me start noticing the same pattern in my own closet. The second was learning how cheap fast fashion is to produce. Prices keep dropping, but the gap has to come from somewhere, and it's usually the people making the clothes and the environment absorbing the waste. A $5 shirt isn't cheap. Someone's paying for it, just not you. So now I keep my wardrobe minimal. But the most sustainable option is just not buying something new in the first place. So let's move ahead and go on to number 3. Full-Price Groceries. This one's less about refusing to buy something and more about refusing to pay more than I have to for the same thing. First, where I shop matters. Discount grocers like Aldi or Trader Joe's carry private label versions of basically everything at a fraction of the price. And for bulk non-perishables, stuff that doesn't spoil, a Costco goes a long way. And for produce, local markets or farm stands are often cheaper and fresher than the grocery store version. And second, generic labels. Flour, sugar, oats, rice, canned goods. Store brands on staples like this can save you 20 to 40%. One rule with bulk buying, only stock up on what your household will actually finish before it spoils. And third, convenience items. Pre-washed lettuce, pre-cut vegetables, individually portioned snack packs. You're paying someone else to do 5 minutes of prep work for you. Buy the whole head of lettuce. Costs a fraction of the canned or instant version. And it's barely more effort. None of the changes what you are eating, it just stops you from paying extra for packaging and convenience you don't need. So let's move ahead for the number 4 item on this list. Food delivery apps. This one's not a hard no like the others, so I'll be upfront about it. Once in a while, delivery is fine, but it's not my default. It's not just the price of the bird, it's the service fee, the delivery fee, and then the tip on top of it all. Yeah, basic meal that should cost $15 can easily turn into $30 once everything's added up. So instead of defaulting to an app when I don't feel like cooking, I keep emergency food stocked up at home. Things like fast cooking tortellini or a simple microwavable meal. Learning to actually cook, even just the basics, has probably been one of the best financial decisions I've ever made. But it's paid off for my health too, not just my wallet. Number 5. Flavored and sugary drinks. Outside of plain water and the occasional hot chocolate, this one's actually a hard no for me. No sodas, no sparkling waters, no energy drinks, no daily coffee runs. This is one item on this list that genuinely never. Here's why. Financially, a daily drink habit is sneaky. How? It doesn't feel like spending money because it only costs a few dollars at a time. But a few dollars a day adds up to hundreds of dollars a year without you noticing. It's the definition of silent leaks. And there's a second layer to it. Cutting out sugary and heavily processed drinks didn't just save money. It got rid of cravings entirely. Once they weren't a daily habit anymore, I stopped wanting them. Money saved every single day going forward without any willpower required to keep it done. So that is my list. Music subscriptions, fast fashion, full-price groceries, food delivery as the exception instead of the default, and sugary drinks. Gone. Completely. None of this is about being cheap for the sake of it. This is exactly what protects that 65% from last video. The small, boring decisions that make the whole system actually work.